Do EVs pose a fraud? The CEO of Stellantis recently made a revelation that rocked the EV business. He just sent a serious warning to all manufacturers of electric vehicles that delighted combustion fans. CEO Carlos Tavares opposes EVs because he thinks that politicians are harming the middle class with expensive electric vehicles, cautioning automakers not to give up on gas-powered engines. Why, therefore, is Stellantis marketing EVs? Because they are being compelled to by the political elite. Why is the CEO of Stellantis so doubtful about EVs? Are we going to see a ban on combustion cars? Furthermore, why did Stellantis suddenly introduce an odd gas-powered electric pickup truck? Everything began when Carlos Tavares was appointed CEO of Stellantis in January 2021. However, not soon after, international leaders declared that combustion engines would no longer be allowed, stating that by 2035, all ICE vehicles will be outlawed, since battery-powered automobiles are now more appealing than conventional vehicles thanks to hefty government subsidies. Demand for EVs has increased across Europe. Countries have different programs, but German consumers are among the most favored since they may save €9,500 off the retail price of an all-electric vehicle. Stellantis, which was created in January of this year, by the merging of Fiat Group and Fiat Chrysler, is placing a large bet on electric cars EVs and has committed to spending $34 billion $900 million on software and vehicles. As part of this approach, Alfa Romeo, Fiat Opel, Lancia and DS automobiles will transition to battery-only vehicles, while all Stellantis brands, Peugeot, Citroën, Jeep, Chrysler, Dodge and Ram, will introduce fully electric vehicles. Stellantis currently does not have an all-electric model available in the US, although it does have 14 Es available in Europe, none of which are built on EV-specific platforms. These include the DS3 Crossback E-Tense, the Opel Vauxhall Corsa E Combo E, Zafira and Vivaro E, Peugeot C208, E2008, E-Rifter, and E-Traveler, Citroën's Amai, EC4, E, Berlingo, and E-Spacieur and Fiat's 500 Electric. The car manufacturer Stellantis has announced intentions to launch the Ram 1500 Ramcharger, a cutting-edge electric pickup truck with a gas-powered electric generator. The goal of this innovative design is to address the problem of range anxiety that is often related to electric automobiles up until its battery runs out. The Ram 1500 Ramcharger is an emission-free electric car. At that moment, a 27-gallon, 3.6-liter V6 engine-powered integrated electric generator starts up to provide the energy the truck needs to go on traveling. Thanks to this special technology, the Ramcharger may enjoy some zero-emission driving without worrying about running out of battery life and yet benefit from the quick acceleration of an electric car. The Ram 1500 Ramcharger pickup has the CEO, Tim Kuniskis, expressing his enthusiasm about it and calling it the ultimate solution for battery electric trucks. He thinks that this innovative car will completely change the landscape of battery electric vehicles. The previously shown all-electric Ram 1500 pickup and the Ram 1500 Ramcharger are expected to be on sale in late 2024. Stellantis projects that the Ramcharger will have an amazing range of up to 690 miles, with a fully charged 92 kilowatt-hour battery providing power for around 145 miles of that distance. Since the Ramcharger was introduced with the makeover of the existing gasoline-powered Ram 1500 trucks for the 2025 model year, the Ramcharger's cost has not yet been made public. By acting as a link between conventional trucks with internal combustion engines and entirely electric ones, the Ramcharger seeks to resolve the present issues with range anxiety and charging infrastructure, particularly when towing large loads. The truck is only powered by electric motors once the battery runs out, as opposed to using the car's engine, which is a major distinction between the technology utilized in the Ramcharger and the Volt. According to Stellantis experts, it is anticipated that this will be the first use of this technology in a full-size pickup truck produced for mass manufacturing. Stellantis, a company that has been a little sluggish to market completely electric cars in the United States, has said that it believes this new powertrain would be popular and that it intends to use it in other vehicles. In the first half of 2021, just 4 of Stellantis deliveries in the US and 14 of deliveries in Europe were electrified versions. The automaker projects that by 2030, the percentages will increase to 40 and 70%, respectively. Further information on Stellantis' electrification goals for this decade. Carlos Tavares, the CEO of the firm, is a well-known opponent of electric vehicles. He bemoaned the soaring expenses associated with electrification last month. The head of Stellantis stated that the industry has not selected BEVs as their technology, and that the decision to phase out combustion engines is a political one that carries risks, both social and environmental. In a recent joint interview with France's Les Echos, Handelsblatt, Corriere della Sera, and El Mundo with Automotive News Europe, according to what we gather, Carlos Tavares is arguing that by increasing the number of hybrid vehicles, the automobile sector can cut CO2 emissions more quickly and affordably. Plants and suppliers are predicted to be significantly impacted by the profound shift from ICE to BEVs. It seems that Stellantis' supervisor is not very enthusiastic about the advancement of electrification, especially the speed at which battery electric cars are being developed. It may be argued that Stellantis is making an effort to impede progress, somewhat to catch up to manufacturers that have made early forays into electric vehicle development. So by 2025, the business expects to have invested over $34 billion on software and electrification. There will be 10 new models and 4 new BEV platforms. How well things work out for Stellantis and the automobile sector as a whole is something that only time will tell. A combustion internal engine for automobiles with a driver. The end of the road was in sight. The sale of vehicles powered by fossil fuels, such as gasoline and diesel, will be prohibited as of 2035, according to a recent agreement approved by the European Parliament and the European Council, following many months of opposition and assessment reports from automakers. The European Union has made its fossil fuel car decision public. The EU has established new regulations that will lower the average carbon emissions rate of enterprises in the automotive sector by 50%. According to the EU's 10-year plan, pickup truck manufacturers must reduce their emissions by half by 2030. It has an internal combustion engine from 2035. The sale of brand new van and cab models will be prohibited. The first local and national electric automobile, the CSOV, had its formal launch of mass production today at a ceremony held at the Tog Gemlik factory. Of the 55 resolution, which was initially approved in June and seeks to achieve zero emissions on roadways by 2035, includes the most recent decision made by the EU every 2 years. Reports on the zero emissions aim will be released by the Commission and the Parliament. The primary objective established by the EU is a 55% reduction in carbon emissions by 2035. According to the agreement's official press release, Europe will be the world's first climate-neutral continent by 2050. He promised to assist him. Stellantis NVE, E-Sile, is a consumer durables firm that manufactures automobiles. The stock started on November 7, 2023 at $19.86, little higher than the closing of $19.55 the day before. The price moved in a range of $19.48 to $19.92 during the day. The day's trading volume was 5,514,467, which was less than the previous 3 months' average of 6,542,477. The market capitalization of Stellantis is $61.9 billion. Over the last year, the company's profits have increased by 248. It is not possible to get the profits increase for this year. Nevertheless, for the next 5 years, profit growth is expected to be 3.6. Notwithstanding the possible obstacles, Stellantis has shown a 6.87 increase in income over the previous year. With a price-to-earnings ratio of 2.9, Stellantis seems to be a cheap company in relation to its earnings. The company's sales are comparatively low when compared to its market value, as shown by the price-Alice ratio of 0.24. With a price-book ratio of 0.82, it is possible that the stock is not as expensive as its book value suggests. On November 7, 2023, Stellantis' stock performance was comparatively consistent when compared to other automakers. Ford witnessed a notable fall of 237 BB per share. Porsche saw a reduction of 0.50 and Ferrari and a marginal gain of 0.3 and Ferrari NVA on AVA had a modest increase of 0.7. Hoofddorp, Noord-Holland is home to Stellantis' corporate headquarters. No executives are registered with the company. The EPS estimate for this quarter is not provided, nor is the next reporting date. With a little gain in the starting price, SLA's stock performance on November 7, 2023 remained mostly constant. Although the company's sales and profits growth were positive last year, the earnings growth for the next 5 years is expected to be negative. To ensure that their investment selections are well informed, investors want to keep a careful eye on the company's performance and industry developments. It's becoming more and more evident that Stellantis' EV business is experiencing unanticipated volatility. CEO Carlos Tavares cautions on the difficulties involved in switching to electric cars. Not just a word of warning, but accurate all along, his doubts regarding a quick switch to electric vehicles (FFs). Motivated more by political than by commercial reasons, speaks to the reality of the market today. The future of the electric vehicle EV sector seems to be precariously precarious. Substantial alteration. Do you believe Stellantis should completely give up on combustion engines, or do you join them in their race to discover a different way out of the current energy crisis? Tell me in the comments section below. We just posted a video on important news that might harm the electric vehicle market as a whole. If you want to be genuinely surprised by what's going to happen with EVs, definitely check it out.